What up, Bulls Nation? Peck here. We have a live CHGO Bulls pod coming up for y'all right around the corner. Goat's back in town, and we are talking Matas, and more. Matas Buzelis today. He talked to the media at today's practice about the upcoming slam dunk contest, about his increased role on the team. We got vid. We're going to watch it. We're going to break it down. That's coming up next. What's going on, Bulls Nation? Welcome into the CHGO Bulls Podcast. Coming to you live from our studios here in West Loop, downtown Chicago. I'm Peck, Bulls_Peck. That's Big Dave. Bam! Bam! BAWL Sports. Back in the saddle. Oh, how we missed him. The one and only, perfectly coiffed Will to go. Gottlieb. Oh, Will_Gottlieb. And, of course, queen of the controls with them sound effects. The one and only Katie Duffy. What up, Kate? Hey.
Hit the like.
Hi.
Goat's back.
Goat's back.
Guys, I am so happy that Goat's back.
Feels
We missed
good to
you
be
so
home.
much, buddy.
Feels very good to be home.
How's the jet lag? How are you recovering?
The jet lag is jet lagging.
It's lagging?
Yeah, I'll probably be very tired by the end of this, but we're gonna be good.
It's
I'm
okay.
excited to talk Bulls.
You're excited? You missed so much.
I miss a lot.
Shout out to you for hopping on to our first live show on Deadline Day this past Thursday.
That was cool.
From Parts Unknown. I'm a little disappointed that we didn't get certain animals in the background that you flirted out there as a possibility. It's okay, though. But even still, you joined us for a while. You were with us as we crossed the buzzer on Deadline Day, and quite presumptively, we all were sitting here saying, well, yeah, okay, traded Zach, re-signed Lonzo last night, but no other moves. With all of your travels and jet lag, like where is your brain right now as somebody who covers this team coming back in and being absent for some of the craziness that happened?
That's a good question.
Yeah, it's a little weird being so disconnected. Like it was obviously one of the most important times of the year. But also I was, out and I was at a wedding. So I was just trying to be present, trying to be in the moment, trying to enjoy my vacation while also obviously, understanding that Luka was getting traded and Zach was getting traded and nobody else was getting traded. So it was nice to get away for a little bit, and it's interesting coming back in. I was at practice today and just like reintegrating. It's like the NBA calendar just comes at you and you're either with it or it's going past you.
Right.
And so I'm just getting back into it today and probably asking Matas and Billy some questions that had been asked already in the past couple of days, but it's good to be back into the swing of things. And obviously tomorrow with another game and this back-to-back coming up, we'll just be right back into it. But yeah, I'm we're a couple of days removed from the trade deadline now. And it's just like, I get that it's hard to make trades and I get that it's hard to find the right deal. But after they moved on from Zach, a deal which I actually liked, I thought it was a good opportunity for them to like free up some flexibility in terms of the cap and long-term money, get their pick back, and guarantee that they don't ever give that away to the Spurs, whether it's this year, next year, or the following. I thought that just set them up well to then really make an aggressive turn towards the bottom and so that they could start over. And so in not doing that, it just feels like another half measure, another 1 foot in, even though like the direction is clear. Like they are a worse team now without their 3 best players from last year. They are 9 games under 500 now, and they are trending towards, getting a top 10 pick. But it just felt like there was more that they could have done to put themselves in a better position. And so it's obviously a trade-off. And like I said, trades are hard. It's hard to find the right deals, but it just felt like another missed opportunity, even though I think if you asked any of us the week before the deadline, like if they had traded Zach, would you be happy with that? Like, I think we all would have said yes, but it was just the lack of really committing that, and I think really it's like the fans deserve a real explanation of like, what is this team doing? And I think we can all tell based on like I said, the 3 best players from last year being moved and, you know, Matas is starting to get more minutes. Like it's clear that they are trending that way, but to not fully commit to it, to leave fans in a position where they can legitimately question whether they are now trying to go for the play-in, it's a really disappointing trade deadline, especially, and I think in particular, the way that AK talked about it in his press conference. So yeah, I think we'll see how these next 30 games go.
It's the new tagline, y'all.
But
screw continuity. It's all about the next 30 games.
30 games. Hey.
But I do think regardless of what AK said, you have to take the moves at face value. And it's just hard to be excited about the future and the potential of where this could go when they like push down the pedal and then like let up right away.
Yeah.
I do have a question. What was your first reaction when you heard about the Luka trade?
So it was, I think like 7 a.m. and I had just looked at my phone and like my alarm was going off and I was like, oh. And then the Shams notification comes down and I'm like, okay, I know that I have Shams notifications on. I know this is not like
a fake Shams
account.
Yeah.
But like, there's no way. Like, there's no way. And then there was a way.
Enough people thought that it was his account being hacked that he quote tweeted his tweet of breaking news reporting the trade saying, "This is real."
Yeah.
Because that's how shocking it was to everybody.
I mean, it's without a doubt the wildest trade in NBA history. Like, I just cannot think of another trade between 2 all-NBA players, between a 25-year-old who's in the prime of his career, who just led his team to the NBA Finals, who is a generational talent, and I don't say that loosely. Like, he is a generational talent that will be in the MVP conversation every single year for the next 10 years. He is, I mean, that's the kind of guy that you do everything to get. And they just didn't. I mean, for whatever reason, obviously the reporting has been what it is, but like, okay, then like go out and get a haul of draft picks or something. I mean, it was bizarre.
I'll stay. Yeah, I'm going to need you to talk to our guy, John Sabine, because he's not doing well.
I mean, there's no, and this is like
he's
what I was
threatening to join terrorist groups. Yeah. That's how depressed he is right now.
So serious.
I feel like in the immediate aftermath, everybody was like trying to rationalize it, trying to figure out like what's the good reason behind why they did this. And it's like, no, they just made a terrible decision.
Yeah.
That's all there really is to it.
Yeah. And then AD goes out and then he gets immediately.
Hurt.
Yeah, well, and so, Barzova beats in the comments just now. AD getting hurt in his first game only makes it worse. And that's the crazy thing, because before getting hurt in that game, the first quarter of that game, Anthony Davis was like, clearly, everybody's talking like, I'm here. I'm nothing. I'm garbage. I'm whatever in this trade. And it seemed like he came out there with a purpose to remind people,
I do
Anthony
this.
Davis is Anthony Davis.
Exactly. And then we said, Anthony Davis is Anthony Davis when he got hurt in that third quarter.
Yeah.
I hope good God. He's going to be out multiple weeks. I mean, I hope he's back soon, you know what I mean, and healthy and ready to go for the playoffs, because I don't wish that upon him to go through that, man. But it's just the timing of it after what you did. And, man, the Lakers, why are they always the ones involved in this that end up with this kind of stuff? They end up with the best ones every single time. Shout out Rob Pelinka and his butter leather jacket that he was rocking. I mean, they just made this is NBA history, like you said, man. It's NBA history. It's crazy.
The thing that came out, what was it, yesterday or today? The Mavs owner, the guy that Cuban sold his majority stake to.
What's up with him?
Well, like, it was like audio that Legion Hoops had posted transcribing an interview he had done somewhere.
Right.
But he was talking about, I think, explaining the decision, because of course everybody immediately came down on Nico Harrison, who's their head executive, thinking like he's the one who's crazy enough to do this. What the hell are you thinking? There were Mavs fans in the streets outside of their arena for the first game that Anthony Davis was putting on a Mavs jersey with fire Nico Harrison signs and all this stuff. Yep. They were protesting hard.
They had coffins.
And then you hear the owner, and I don't know if it was leaked audio or audio that was meant to be heard by the world, but justifying it. And talking about like, well, if you grew up in our era watching these stars, and he names Michael, Larry, Magic, Kobe, Shaq.
You're not helping.
And then talked about their work ethic. And, you work so hard. You're locked in every day working towards that goal of winning and justifying, like, if that's not who you are, then that's not what we want. If that's not who you are, then you shouldn't be a part of Mavericks basketball. Insinuating that Luka is not someone who works hard, et cetera. And everyone who was paying attention to the NBA in those eras was like, did you just say Shaq?
Shaq.
When referencing NBA players having the proper work ethic? Did you really just do that?
You have to let greatness be great. Everybody doesn't do it the same. Shaq is the perfect example. Yeah, okay, he didn't do all that, but 4 rings later.
He's like in the discussion of top 10 players of all time.
All time. And you're like, and he was saying, I don't feel like practice today. That's why him and Kobe clashed and didn't get along and all that. Because Shaq didn't have to. Luka didn't have to. Look, man,
here's what it is.
You can learn that stuff.
Larry Bird, also known as somebody who just went out and played basketball, not necessarily a guy who was like in the weight room.
He was drinking beers after the game, man. Like, what are we talking about?
Cigarettes at halftime.
Chilling. It's about putting the ball into the bucket a bunch of times. That's it. That's what it's about, y'all. Oh, my God. Go ahead.
I feel like the big thing was that they didn't want to pay him the Supermax.
Yes.
And, like, I get it. That hamstrings you. But, like, you got to have the best player. That's kind of the long short of it to me. And, like, I think what they wanted to do instead of opening up to a bidding war and getting all the draft picks, like, they wanted the best player back. And they probably were not going to get somebody better than Anthony Davis.
Yeah.
Right.
Especially when you consider, like, you have to send Luka somewhere he's going to want to stay.
True.
Because now every team can offer him the same amount. And so you have to get him to a place where he's probably going to resign in order to get the haul that you're looking for. So you get a really good player back. You remain competitive, whatever it is. You think, like, Kyrie, the team that they have is probably good enough to, like, compete at a high level in the playoffs. Obviously, they don't have the same ceiling without Luka.
Right.
So, but I understand that. But it's just like, that's not the way to cash in on a franchise player.
And
like
the thing about Luka and the Supermax, like, yes, I get it. That's a whole lot of money. You're talking about giving one player, what was the annual number? Like $85 million or something crazy like that. But then if you don't want to do that and you want to get that good player back to keep your competitive window open and pair Kyrie with a different star, and you got that star in Anthony Davis, then you're just talking about, okay, now do we want to commit long-term money to these 2 stars in Kyrie and AD who are significantly older than Luka Doncic and come with their own baggage as far as injuries and or otherwise. Like,
Correct.
That's an even riskier monetary investment in a lot of very possible ways.
It's bad. Go ahead.
Will, did you have any thoughts about the fact that the Mavs traded him to another team that's in their conference? Because, like, now you're going to have to see him, 4 times a year?
Yeah,
And
I think that's a bigger deal in football than it is in basketball, just because, like, you play every team in the NBA. It's not like you just get assigned, like, a division that you play against the way you do in football. And, like, in basketball, I feel like you just have to take the very best offer available to you. And clearly it's similar, like, obviously very different, but it's a similar concept to the Bulls targeting Giddey with Caruso and saying, this is the guy we really want to get. Now, like, cost be damned, let's go get it. And I think it was the same thing with Anthony Davis, where it's like, we need this guy. We want to play him at the 4. We've got centers to play alongside him. We like the idea of having this, like, imposing, big, athletic, defensive-minded front court.
He's awesome.
He's a great player.
Yeah.
And you get a pick, and you get Max Christie, but, like, get both picks. It's Luka Doncic.
Luka Doncic, bro.
Freaking Doncic.
I think in this instance, I think there is something to it, because when Luka goes and plays the Mavs back in Dallas, every time
from
now on, he's going to bust their ass, bro.
For
every time.
But, like, there's a difference between playing, a guy in your division 2 out of 17 games compared to, 2 out of 82. So I think that NBA executives think that that's less of a roadblock than in the NFL, even though obviously you still got to play the guy.
Yeah.
And he's going
to bust their ass.
Yeah.
Like, he's coming for blood. You hear me?
Force Within in the comments saying Mavs got the full AD experience in one game.
24 and 13 and 5.
Yeah, man.
That's what he was putting up before he got hurt in the 3rd.
Trick Day Dex saying welcome back, GOAT. Also, hope everyone's doing well tonight. Leave a like on the video while you're here. Absolutely. Hit that like button, as Katie just asked you. Also, Anthony Gill in the comments. Nico is looking to have 8 or 9 really good guys to win. Sounds like a familiar plan. All right, we got to take our first break there. Just wanted to get some of GOAT's thoughts of what went down while he was gone. And when we come back from this break, we are talking Matas Buzelis, y'all, and got some vid of Matas talking after today's practice. So that's coming up next. Hit the like. Here's some ads. You know what goes great with ads, Dave?
Tell me.
A crisp, delicious light beer. I'm talking about this one in particular. Today's show brought to you by Sam Adams American Light.
Best.
Their newest light beer just got better. Introducing Sam Adams American Light. It's clean, crisp, and super easy to drink. No gimmicks, no fluff. Sam Adams American Light is not, I see it, go for it, not your average light beer. It's brewed with 100% American-sourced ingredients from local independent farmers. It's light beer that's made right, in other words. Light beer shouldn't be a compromise, whether that be on taste, on calories. No compromises anywhere. And let me tell you, I have felt like I am making zero compromises anytime I drink this beer. As somebody who drinks light beers, heavy beers, dark beers, whatever the beers.
All the beers.
I drink all the beers. It's one of my favorite hobbies in life. And this beer, let me tell you, as soon as they dropped off a couple of cases here, shout out to Sam Adams at the office, Dave and I went through them like locusts because they are crisp, they are light. Again, 4.2 alcohol by volume, easy to drink, great to sit and watch a game and have a few of them. It's an American classic, so smooth, you'll want to crack open another one. Dave and I can verify that is accurate.
Another one.
It's always Sam season. Light beer just got better. Grab some Sam Adams American Light, available now at select Chicago retailers. Must be 21 and over. And please, y'all, please do drink responsibly.
Oh, do that. Oh, love seeing into the future.
Into the future.
See, goat still coughing.
Does time keep on ticking?
Oh, time is ticking. Oh, man. Maybe not fast enough. All-Star break on the way. Right on Optics.
Can you sim the season with those?
Oh, let's see. Go ahead. Knock yourself out, bro. And he's going to look and see it and do it in HD because Right on Optics manufactures and sells scopes, sights, binoculars, and other similar products for all outdoors people. No matter what your outdoor activity you prefer, it's always important to have the best view. And Right on Optics offers a full range of optics products that you can see clearly. Oh, Right on offers binoculars. Right on offers the perfect balance of performance and value. And most importantly, Right on offers will not break the bank. They ain't about that life. Right on offers, they've been around for over a decade. Every product receives a full quality control inspection. And it comes with the Right on promise of an unlimited lifetime warranty. Not only the covers defects, but also accidental damages from drops, which is why I was telling Katie just to toss them to me, because I was like, hey, Brock, guess what? Send it right back. Bow. Right back on the face.
In your face.
Right there. Bam. Gotta love it.
Bam.
Check out, he missed this. Check out the full line of Right On products today at rightonoptics.com/CHGO. That's RITON optics.com/CHGO. Right On Optics. I see you in your face.
So you think you could do a hat throw with these and you'd still get the coverage?
Yeah, let's do it right now.
And, I mean, also, they might be so freaking durable that they wouldn't break if you give them a hat throw.
Totally fine.
Also,
still kicking.
Conversely, I can't remember which of our deadline shows it was when I was cranky, but I did a hat throw, and it wasn't my usual, like, up-arcing shot.
Yeah.
It wasn't a boozer. It was an MJ. And it was like a line drive, and I pegged the crap out of that Right On box just to the right of the monitor.
He did. It was
when
impressive.
Flying. So either way, whether it's me damaging them with a hat or throwing them as if they were a hat, you got the super sturdy quality and then also the coverage.
Lifetime warranty, baby. Toss.
There it is.
And very heavy and well done. That's still very much intact.
Oh, yeah.
It's still giving you that HD vision.
That's right.
Yeah, I could see what is on the buttons on the vending machine, which is all the way on the other side of the room.
Is that what you were looking at? I thought you were just staring at me.
No, I was looking at
I was making a bunch of funny faces at you.
Which, by the way, I think has just been empty this entire time.
The non-functioning vending machine that has been in CHGO's offices since we moved in 3 years ago.
No, man. She said she's making...
I was making faces at you because I thought you were just staring at me.
No, I missed it. Sorry. You were too close. I needed to see further.
Oh, that is funny. Good stuff.
Agent Michael Scar wants to know if the Ride-Ons will withstand a Big Dave batting.
Yeah, we're going to find out.
Which is
Don't worry.
a fair question.
They also told me they're waterproof. We're going to submerge them. We're going to do a bunch of stuff to these binoculars.
If any of y'all missed our deadline shows from last Thursday, go give them a watch if you want to see Big Dave get big mad. Because it is rare and it was beautiful.
Yeah, man. They got me there. They got me there. They did. They did.
Coffee table still holding up okay.
Yeah, Katie
I
told me
was
it
just,
was still shards.
I literally just looking at that. I'm like, are there still shards on there? I don't think so.
Still shards of wood when I was smacking that table. Hey, man.
Woo Swoop Beats saying nice to see Quaff is back in the comments. Joel Hernandez saying just tuning in. See the GOAT is back. Good to see you, sir. Hello to everyone. Everyone is happy the GOAT is back.
I'm happy to be back.
Where he belongs. Speaking of GOAT being back, he was hard at work earlier today at that Bulls practice, and after Bulls practice wrapped up, media was given the opportunity to chat with the thing that Bulls fans are clinging all of their hopes and dreams and sanity on right now.
Say it.
The young rook, Matas Buzelis. Yes. Talked about a couple different things. Goat got a couple different clips of it. The first one we're going to listen to here is Matas talking about not just being a participant in, but going in with plans to win this upcoming weekend's All-Star Slam Dunk Contest. Katie, if you will.
I think I went worked on my dunks twice. So I mean, luckily I'm very gifted athletically, and I could do a lot of things on the first try. So, but I think I need to come in probably one or two more times, probably one more time, and work on my dunks. I don't know if I'll have time actually. So I'll be ready. I'll probably work on them.
Do you think you'll be nervous, or are you looking at it as fun?
No, it'll be fun. Well, me, it's more excitement. I don't really get nervous. It's just very exciting for me.
Is it surprising?
Is everything planned, what you're going to do and how you're going to do it?
I need one more dunk, so I have 4. I need one more.
Is there anybody going to be involved with it? Maybe a personnel? It's all going to be all you?
Maybe I'll pull out a jersey. We'll see.
That sounds like who will you practice if you have time to practice with Zach? Who's going to help you here? Is there anybody? What else can jump? It's Julian.
Yeah, Julian. But I don't know. I'd probably just come in with some of the PD guys and so I still got a lot of work to do actually. Maybe I'll do it tonight.
What would it mean to you to win it?
I mean a lot. It's a dream come true to win a slam dunk contest. It's been a dream since I was younger. And I think I could do it honestly. I'm not going there to lose.
I love that. That last thing he said right there at the end. I'm not going there to lose.
Going there to lose.
You know what it sounds like to me?
My God.
That is the same energy as Larry Bird in the 3-point contest.
Way to be here, man.
Which one of y'all coming in second?
Way to be right here, sir. That's all I was thinking when he said that. I ain't coming up in here to lose. Oh, God. More of this dude, please. Please, more.
300 IQ Puck in the comments saying, that's my GOAT talking right there.
Man.
Yes. Yes.
Talking that stuff. And no, he's not showing up to lose. I'm very gifted athletically. You know what I'm saying? Just let
the
you know.
utmost confidence in himself.
Man. The confidence is crazy.
And it was
crazy,
cool because he was saying, the jersey he alluded to. I think he's probably going to be wearing a jersey out there.
Okay.
Now former teammates that he was up to with his dunking prowess.
Who helped him out with
Shout out to Lighting the Beam, Zach.
With the dunk contest. But he also said that he's got a couple up his sleeve that nobody's ever seen before. And my big thing with the dunk contest is every dunk that is humanly possible has already been done. And that's why the dunk contest is not good anymore, because there's nothing new. It's just guys doing the same dunk in a different jersey or whatever it is. So if he's for real when he says that, and I believe him, it's going to be really cool to see a fresh take on whatever, on a dunk contest dunk.
Right.
We haven't really seen a lot of that. And I don't want to discredit Mac McClung did the 7. I mean, that's insane stuff. But I don't know. I think it's going to be really cool to just see his creativity come out.
Right.
And it sounds like he's got most of his dunks ready. And I think he's got the confidence and the self-belief that you want in a guy who's participating in this. I feel like he's going to try something cool
and put on a show, hopefully. And like you said, there's no discredit to Mac McClung or any of the other participants over the last near decade now, but there is a reason that when people are currently talking about the dunk contest and what's wrong with it and needs to be fixed or this or that, or the league's brightest and biggest stars never participate in it anymore, and they pull Mac McClung out of whatever closet he's in to participate. Like, there's a reason that people always refer to Zach LaVine versus Aaron Gordon in those back-to-back contests. Yes. What was it, 15 and 16?
Yeah.
Because genuinely NBA fans' jaws were on the floor. Certainly mine was when I saw both of those guys, Gordon and Zach, pulling off dunks I had never seen anyone do.
Yeah.
Zach went between the legs from the free throw line.
Correct.
Gordon went under both legs
and
then reversed it. Like, it was insane stuff. And there's a reason that is the most recent candle that everything since is being held to.
Yeah.
But the way you hear Matas talk about it, the confidence, his desire to win it, and the fact that you think he's got some dunks that because I mean, just think about the Bulls like pregame warmups, the layup lines. We've seen him do some crazy dunks just in the layup lines.
And like, I also think there's a difference between like trying new dunks and like being gimmicky. Like you said, I can't remember exactly what you just said, but it reminded me of like when Gerald Green like blew out the candle on the.
That's exactly what I was just thinking of.
Like,
it's like
that stuff's like cool. He jumped high, but like it's not like a cool dunk. He just jumped high, which is like part of it. But I don't know. I just think Matas is gonna like be up to something crazy. I'm really excited.
It's spoken like a shooter.
I'm definitely team 3-point
contest. Yes, sir. I think the fact when you can watch guys his size have that kind of athleticism, it makes it just all the more better. It's like it's the same with the little guys. Like when you watch them with the athleticism, it makes it all the more better. Like
Spud
Webb,
Webb,
Nate Robb, like watching those guys.
Steve Francis.
It's just and Derrick Rose. Like he wasn't in, but damn, Derrick Rose. Like watching them just makes it so much better when they're doing their thing. And even the big guys, I mean, Dwight Howard is the first one that comes to mind. Like to see guys 7 feet tall, but to be that athletic and jumping that high is incredibly impressive. So for Matas to do that, knowing the athleticism that we know he has, but also just the competitive nature of him. I ain't coming to lose, but he means it. It's not just talk for him. He is really coming to win and to dominate when he wins out there. He has always said he never gets nervous. He's been saying that since he's been on a microphone talking with us here with the Bulls.
Right.
Like he's been saying that forever. So I believe him. Like it's all in his actions now. And I'm just very curious to see what kind of creativity he comes up with along with that athleticism and that confidence.
And it's like it's not a surprise. You know, I've been tweeting it from our team account since game 1 of 82 this season. The first time we saw Matas dunk, like, dude, put this kid in the dunk contest
immediately.
Anytime he was dunking, I was like, put him in because his in-game dunks have a level of flair that the average, even athletically gifted guy who's throwing down dunks in the NBA does not. Even just their most recent game against the Warriors, he had that that baseline take where Jimmy Butler went running for the hills. The flair of him, how far he cocked that tomahawk dunk back before throwing it down with such ferocity. The dunk he had against the Nuggets when he shook Aaron Gordon and then just came flying through the paint and hammered it home. Like, his dunks are forceful.
Yeah, man.
And it's like, it feels different when you see a player dunking like that in a game.
It's going to be fun. Like he's just going to add that much more level of fun to a contest, man, has been pretty dormant. For a while, and that's no disrespect to the participants there. It just hasn't had that quote unquote star power. And when you don't have that star power, well, then you're going to need to be doing something on the court nobody has ever really seen before.
Right.
And doing it on the first try, which made the Zach LaVine and Aaron Gordon dunk contest the best one, in my opinion. It's what made it so amazing is that those dudes weren't missing. You know what I mean? It was the first one every single time. The other thing about the Zach LaVine dunk from the free throw line, nobody talks about this, but he literally tripped himself. Jumping up there, watch his feet. He tripped on his own foot and still windmilled that joint and dunked it. Like, that's insanity, man. And Aaron Gordon, what he was doing was insanity. So it'd be cool to see that again in this one, but we will be rooting for Matas Buzelis.
Of course, winner or not, it'll be nice that he will rep the team and himself and his greatness in that dunk contest. What the Quav asking in the comments, who's the last Bull to be in a dunk contest? I believe French Bulls fan is correct with the answer right behind him. Tyrese Thomas.
Yeah. The representative.
It will, whether or not he wins, it'll now be great to say that the last Bull to participate in the dunk contest was not Tyrese Thomas.
Oh, hang on, the guy right here.
We got to take our second break. When we come back, we got another clip of Matas talking after today's practice about his role increasing and changing over the last handful of games this season. We will break that down and then talk about whether or not he's got an outside chance to swoop in and steal Rookie of the Year at the last second.
Swoop.
Hit the like.
Swoop, swoop.
Swoop, swoop. Swoop, swoop. Mando. Today's show brought to you by Mando. A men's deodorant that's man, if you're not using Mando, you're missing out because it is very unique deodorant.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like they sent us some free samples.
They did
a few months back.
We did,
and I am clinging to those and getting ready to order some more.
It's time to order more. Man.
Exactly. What makes Mando unique from other deodorants? Well, a number of things. They're a whole body deodorant, safe to use anywhere on your body. I'm talking pits. I'm talking balls. I'm talking thigh folds. I'm talking belly buttons.
All them things.
I'm talking butt cracks.
Mm-hmm.
I'm talking feet.
Betwixt.
Mando was created by a doctor who saw firsthand how normal BO was being misdiagnosed and mistreated. Choose from a variety of their different fresh scents, like Bourbon Leather, my personal favorite, Clover Woods, Mount Fuji, and Pro Sport. That's the one that Pat uses when he breaks a sweat occasionally. Mando is clinically proven to control odor better than a shower with soap alone. Yeah. 12 hours after a shower, get ready for some unfortunate facts, gentlemen. The average man's Grundle odor level is a 5 out of 10.
Damn.
It's not great.
No.
With Mando, the average Grundle odor level is 0 out of 10.
Treat yourself.
Mando starter pack is perfect for new customers. It comes with a solid stick deodorant, plus cream tube deodorant, and 2 free products of your choice, like their mini body wash and their deodorant wipes, plus free shipping. Shout out to those body wipes, the deodorant wipes. I bring them on my camping trips. They are lifesavers.
Peck approved.
That's right. As a special offer for our Bulls listeners, new customers get $5 off a starter pack with our exclusive code. That equates to over 40% off your starter pack. Just use promo code CHGO at shopmando.com. That's SHOPMANDO.com. Please show support for our show. Tell them we sent you there. Smell fresher, stay drier, and boost your confidence from head to toe with a Mando.
Hey, like they said, damn Big Dave, thanks to you. Whenever I shower, I start singing Mando in that deep voice. Hey, man. I hope you're using Mando when you do it, sir.
You're welcome.
A wonderful thing. You're quite welcome. What to go, Gottlieb? What time is it?
Game time hoot.
Oh, he's already
back.
Back in the game.
Oh, I'm back, baby. Game Time has a new feature, ladies and gentlemen. It's called Game Time Picks. Makes it easier than ever to get tickets for events that you want to go to. Game Time Picks filters out the fluff to show you only incredible deals on great seats so you don't have to waste time searching through thousands of tickets. Curation makes it easier than ever to find the better value for tickets to sports, concerts, comedy, theater, whatever you want to see. Game Time is where you need to be. Of course, they got the all-in pricing. Of course, they got the lowest price guarantee. Of course, they got that Game Time ticketing coverage, which comes with the most flexible customer service policy in the ticketing industry. But of course, they got the Matt and Big Dave approved. The seat views. Where can we sit? Stretch them out. Stretch out the dogs. Stretch out the knees. Put them up on a seat if nobody's going to be in front of us. Yes. Beer, where are you? We need it now. All right? Bathroom, where are you? I need to go now. Exit, where are you? I'm ready to get out now. Seat views, telling you all that. We need to know it. I love it. Take the guesswork out of buying those tickets with Game Time. Download the Game Time app, create an account, and use that code CHGO. Get yourself $20 off your first purchase.
There's blind. There's blind.
I said CHGO. Get yourself $20 off your first purchase.
There's blind. There's blind.
Download Game Time today. Cause man, Peck, what time is it? Get out!
Thought you were gonna call an audible to Katie over there.
Oh no! Maybe.
Man,
I thought that's exactly what he was gonna do,
and that's why I didn't do it.
Those.
You know, when I was on the CHGO Bears earlier today. Shout out to those guys.
Blacks.
Shout out to those guys.
The first time I said it, well, the first time I said it, my mic was off, so I had to turn it on and then say it again.
All right. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. They did the Game Time ad.
Yeah.
And everybody said, what time is it? And they said, Game Time. And that was it. And they say, well, why didn't you join in? I was like, because y'all didn't do it right. You didn't have the hoot. How dare you not have the hoot? If you need us to join in, your hoot got to be strong. I feel like
Dave needs to have a seminar that you that you hold. Bring everybody in. We just had an all-company meeting earlier today.
Yes.
I feel like it was wasted time because it was not just Big Dave teaching people how to do ads.
Hoot. You got to have the hoot. That's what sells it all, man. No game time, no hoot. Together.
Flags! No window up.
Flags!
Flags! Oh,
that was good stuff.
Okay, moving along, CHGO Bulls. We got more Matas to show y'all.
Okay.
This is the second clip that Goat got talking to Matas after today's practice about his role growing over the last week or so, minutes-wise, responsibility-wise.
Okay.
There's a lot of juicy stuff in here.
Let's do this.
From the one and only Katie, if you will.
Routine, like off the court?
Anything you like, practice-wise, mentally-wise?
Nah, same thing. Yeah, I stick to what I started with from the beginning of the season, and I'm not gonna change it. If it's working, don't change it. So I'm sticking to it.
Has what they're asking of you changed at all? I mean, you're getting more minutes now starting. Is there more responsibility with that?
I mean, yeah, you have to be very prepared. I'm playing like 30 minutes a night, so I have to be very prepared with the scout, what I have to do out there, how to attack. But, the player development guys, they do a great job helping me, so they give me good guidance.
What kind of stuff, like on the court, are you trying to expand into your game? I think the first half of the season was a lot of spotting up and transition and boxing out. Do you feel like there's more room to start handling the ball a little bit more? Billy was saying maybe getting some pick and roll reps. Is that stuff that you feel confident that you can grow into?
Yeah, I mean, I did it since a young age. I was always put into the point guard position, so now I have it while I was growing and getting taller. I still have those guard handles and guard skills out there. So I mean, I'm pretty much confident with whatever on the court.
Billy also said he's encouraging you to, when you get a rebound, not look for a guard, always push it up yourself.
Yeah.
How comfortable do you feel in that regard?
Very comfortable.
You did that a lot in summer.
Yeah, very comfortable.
Why?
I mean, I know that I can attack pretty much anybody. If there's a smaller guard, I might dribble down. And then if there's a bigger guard, I'm usually faster than them, so I could beat them with my speed.
Is it freeing just having a little bit more runway to make mistakes out there? You're going to get more minutes.
I mean, if I make mistakes, he's still on me. Coach is always on me, and he's done a great job with that. And he wants me to be very sharp out there. But there's definitely a little more leeway. But I'm still trying to be as persistent as possible out there.
Going into the season, were you expected to be at this point doing what you're doing now?
Repeat it?
When you start the season, did you set goals that maybe you'd be at this point what you're doing right now?
I mean, yeah, for sure. My goal was to, be a starter in the NBA, and I've played 2 starting games now, so it's definitely a goal. But I'm staying humble and staying ready.
That was the Bulls rook, Matas Buzelis, after today's practice, courtesy of the one and only GOAT. I really liked what he had to say when asked about, has your preparation changed at all now that your role's increasing? He said, no, preparation's the same. Mm-hmm. And then you followed up that question from Cheryl Ray on, is what they are asking of you different in any way as far as what you're doing right now and the fact that you're seeing more minutes on the floor and your role is getting bigger, and then kind of spinning that into talking about more on-ball actions. What did you make of his answer?
Yeah, I kind of wanted him to talk just a little bit more about what they're asking of him now. Are they asking him to put the ball on the floor more, to run some pick and roll? And we were talking to Billy prior to this, and he was saying, I just asked him, you've talked in the past about not wanting to play 2 bigs together because now you don't have as many ball handlers out there. Not wanting to play Matas and Julian or Matas and Patrick or Patrick and Julian together at the 3-4 because now you don't have as much shot creation and perimeter ball handling as when you're playing the 3 or 4 guards out there. So can Matas do that? Can he step into a role where he is doing some of that ball handling creation, and expanding that in his game and understanding if that's there for him? And Billy said, yeah, like I absolutely think that's there for them. His handle is really good, and I want to see him run more pick and roll, and we're starting to see that. And so I wanted him to talk a little bit more about like what are the reads, like what is the challenges of that? How is it going for him so far? And I think we'll get more information about that and talk more about that with him as we see more reps. But to me, like that's what this whole season is about now. It was like keeping your pick. Obviously now they're not in a position where they need to worry about that, but now getting the highest pick possible and developing your young players. And I think one of the things that was always intriguing about Matas is he's the 6'10" athlete who can put the ball on the floor. And I want to see if he can do that to create his own offense. And we've seen some of that, but I want to see more of that. I want to see if he can create shots for other teammates. Can he spray the ball out, find open shooters? Can he understand how defenses are guarding him? And this is stuff that's going to take a while, but this is also the stuff that is going to determine whether he is a role player or if he can get up to all-star.
Correct.
Because that's what makes an all-star is self-creation from a big 6'10" wing who's an athlete. Like if he can add that to his game, and I'm not saying he can or can't, but like you can see there aren't very many guys in the NBA who have a handle like he does at 6'10". So I'm very excited to see what more he can do with the ball in his hands. And this is now the time that we're finally going to get to see that. I think even Billy was talking about kind of unlocking him and unleashing him in that way.
Yeah, man, he's awesome. And to even add to that point, just hearing him say how he can break down whoever, when they put him on me is also encouraging. And the reason for me it's encouraging is because he is proven to be a guy who says it and also does it. He talks it and then he walks it. So him saying, yeah, if it's a little guard on me, I know I could just take them down in the post, and free cheese all day long. Or if it's a bigger guard, with this part I love, I'm usually going to be quicker. You know what I mean? Like I've got a faster first step than a guard who's a bigger guard who's guarding me. That is saying something right there, man. Like that didn't go over my head when he said that. You're 6'10", you're 6'10" forward, and you're like, no, I'm faster than the guards. Wow. That's some belief right there. And the stuff we've seen him do handle-wise, Will, because you're right, I don't think that's talked about enough. Because we talk about his footwork, and his defensive skills and like that. But you're absolutely right. His ball handling is another thing that keeps you on the floor. I can depend on you to handle the ball and not turn it over, not have careless turnovers or turnovers in big moments and things like that. That's huge for a rookie out there, knowing, and that allows Billy to say things like, hey, let me run some pick and roll actions for you. Let's see what we can do out of there, because that means I trust that you're going to do the right thing with the basketball. This is all awesome stuff. We're seeing from Matas Buzelis. I think you have every right to be excited about it. Obviously, as Will said, there are going to be ebbs and flows, as he likes to say, and things that he's going to have to go through as a rookie and just as a guy who continues to get better. The one thing I say I want to see, Will, is I want to see him score 30, and then I want to see him lead the team to a victory, and then I want to see how he reacts when teams start planning for him. So those are all down the road kind of things, even though the 30 and, guaranteeing you can do in these next 30 games. You can do those things. But, teams planning for him, just having them on the whiteboard, talking about how to stop him, talking about how to get the ball out of his hands, making it a little more difficult, maybe chipping him a little bit more. That's what I'm interested to watch and look at. And I like that he talks out there on the floor. I love that. I love how he can get under your skin. I love that. Like, he got Draymond Green under his skin for a little bit. Like, it's not hard to do, but still, it was very impressive. And he's just an impressive young rookie who I'm just excited to continue to watch.
And you mentioned, like, playing through mistakes. Like, to me, I don't care if he makes mistakes. What I'm curious about is, like, how does he respond from it? Does he correct it? Does he understand why that was a mistake and what he needs to do to fix in the future? Like, I think part of the challenge for him for the first half of the year, or first however many games, 52 games, was like, yeah, maybe I like did something out there and I got pulled, but I wasn't able to like correct it the next time. And like, I think now he's got the runway to be able to do that. And I think whether he outwardly admits it or not, like I just have to imagine that makes life easy on him. And there's a difference, I think, between letting guys run free with no accountability and letting them correct their mistakes. Like, I think there's been this like resistance to letting him get too much action because they don't want to make him a losing player. But I think also you have to let him learn from his mistakes so that he can improve on them instead of just mistake bench.
Scared money makes none. Got to let him get out there. That was a great question, by the way, Will. Great question.
Yes, indeedy. So, I mean, with that, it is a long shot. I'm going to preface this whole conversation with it is a long shot. However, with this somewhat underwhelming class of rookies this season,
sure,
and the fact that none of them are putting up crazy numbers on, like, you know, a bad team, people have started to talk about in this recent stretch of games with Matas seeing a significant uptick in minutes, if he can make a run at stealing Rookie of the Year.
Let's go.
And I am for it. I am all for the conversation happening.
Yeah.
Because I think it would be very difficult for him to pull off. And you're talking about him playing a heavy amount of minutes and performing and producing at a high level for this final third of the season. But just looking at Vegas Insider, as far as like odds from a bunch of different sports bettors all over the place, Stephon Castle, Khalil Ware are kind of like 1-2, 2-1 right now. Somewhere in that like plus 150, plus 2, plus 250 range.
Okay.
Then the next crop of players, odds-wise, you got Jalen Wells, you got Reza Shea, you got Zach LaVine, Isaiah Collier, and Alex Sarr.
All been solid. The
next name, ranking collective and combined odds across many different sports books, is Matas's. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. He's 8 spots out right now as far as favorite to win Rookie of the Year.
Yeah.
And I don't know, Katie, if you were able to put together some of those numbers of some of these rookies, particularly the ones who are leading the Rookie of the Year conversation right now. However, again, modest numbers across the board. Rookies are not doing crazy things that like Melo or LeBron did when they were rookies.
Shout out.
Stephon or Derrick Rose did when he was a rookie.
Correct.
Stephon Castle, not quite 13 per game on very modest shooting splits. And there you see Khalil Ware. You've seen the Heat kind of go to him more minutes-wise recently, kind of similar to Matas, a little earlier than Matas, but 8.4, 54 from the field, 40 from 3 on a very low volume, by the way, for Khalil Ware as far as spacing the floor, and nearly 6 boards. That's respectable stuff. Then you see Matas' season-long numbers, and you're like, okay, well, yeah, that does not compare. 6 points, 43.5%, 36% from 3, respectable. 3 boards, not quite a block per game. But then you look, starting with the Nuggets game, when he played 19 minutes and had that insane dunk after he sent Aaron Gordon to wherever the hell Aaron Gordon landed after that. Look at his numbers over these last 7 games when he's finally started to get real minutes.
Attractive.
14 points, 64 from the floor, 48 from 3.
Talk to me.
4 boards, 1.5 blocks. If you do that for a season, that's Rookie of the Year caliber stuff.
Yeah.
And it is in a stretch of 7 games where he's been, what's that again? Oh, given real minutes. If he was doing this from the jump, he is right there in the top 3 of Rookie of the Year conversation.
Yeah.
Unquestionably. Yeah. Now it's just a matter of, can he take that and run with his increased role and produce numbers even bigger than that? Like you were saying, Dave, the other night, like, next step I want to see from Matas as far as getting excited about him. How big of a role can he be for this team moving forward?
Yeah.
Drop a 30-point game.
That's it.
Like, and then what? And then what?
And then what? Right. Exactly. Keep going and going and going.
If he becomes a focal point of this team's offense for the last 30 games.
Stuff could be fun.
By the way, on the season, he's averaging 14.5 minutes per game. Ware is currently at a little over 18. Stephon Castle is nearly 26 minutes per game on the season. Stephon Castle has started 29 games this season.
Yeah.
Matas has started 2.
2 of them things. Katie, can you put that back up, please? That graphic. I would appreciate that. Now, I wanted to bask in the sexiness of that last 7 games. That is some sexy shit right there. That is attractive. All right. And obviously that's on the heels of the game where he did not miss a shot, which was
that's in there.
Phenomenal to watch. So, but just looking at the season numbers, those are solid, for a rookie. for a dude who wasn't even to that point, was not averaging 15 minutes a game. He was averaging like 12 up until that point. Still leading your team in blocks while he was doing that, mind you. These last 7 games, where the minutes have increased and obviously and the numbers have increased, he is now leading the team in dunks and blocks right now. He's doing this while not having all the minutes, as you mentioned, Stephon Castle, having more room to make the mistakes. Khalil Ware, he will definitely have more room to now make the mistakes without Jimmy there. Matas is doing this with had a lid on him and was still doing those things. Now that they've taken it off, you see this dude balling out, playing very well. The three-point shooting was the biggest thing coming in to this season for Matas Buzelis. He mentioned it. He talked about it. He said, if my three-point shooting was 35%, I'd be number 1 pick in this draft. Well, now it's 36. You know what I mean? Now he's shooting, 48 for these last 7 games? That's insanity, man. And that plays to his point. If my three-point shot is hitting and it's going down like that, I'm one of the best rookies out here. Yes, I think there's still an outside chance for him to do this. I even think the dunk contest will play into it. He puts on a show there, he will put more eyes on him, man. And people will say, yo, who is this dude? Oh, that's a rookie? He will be talked about more and more and more. That's how you get these kind of awards like Rookie of the Year. So, yes, I think he continues playing like this and continues getting minutes. Obviously, he's not going to hit every shot. Obviously, the percentages are going to come down. But as long as he can maintain a baseline and still excite and still have that signature moment game is what I'm talking about, that 30 points. If he does those things, I think it's a possibility, Will.
Yeah, I think time is kind of like of the essence with this. Like he just has not, he's basically playing a shortened season when everybody else is like playing a full season.
Right.
And like, I mean, you would even put Jared McCain still towards the top of the Rookie of the Year when he's been out since like November.
For a Sixers team going through some turmoil. Yeah.
Yeah. So I don't know if like he has the time, but obviously like the recency bias, the way you finish the season will have a huge impact on that. And especially when none of the, like, I think Stephon Castle's minutes are probably going to go down as the Spurs make a push for the play-in. You just trade for De'Aaron Fox, who's going to take away some of those point guard minutes that he was getting. Yeah, I think it's possible. Khalil Ware is probably the guy you would expect to continue to get more minutes as they kind of move in the direction that the Heat are moving. So I don't think it's like going to be easy, but yeah, I mean, if he plays the way, and like the 10 for 10 game is probably doing some heavy lifting on the percentages and the points and all that.
Oh, no doubt.
But like, can you build some consistency? And if he can average roughly what he's averaging, like, yeah, he should be in the conversation for sure.
Barzova Beats in the comments said, just put $20 on Matas. There you go. Michael Scarn saying, only way he can win Rookie of the Year is if Billy starts him and plays him more than 30 minutes. And that, I mean, that's what I'm saying. Like, that should be the case.
Yeah.
That should be the case.
Agreed.
I don't know if you guys recall, we always do our season predictions, bold predictions and stuff when we're getting ready for the season, like for specific players.
Yeah.
My bold prediction is that Matas was going to start 25-plus games this season.
Well done.
He needs to start. He's got 2 under his belt. They got 27 left. It's doable.
He can get there.
There is no reason he should not be in this team's starting lineup every game this season until this season is over.
That's a fact.
And I will say this, Billy today said that he likes Patrick off the bench. So he wants to continue to he feels like Pat's been playing well off the bench, feels like he wants to continue to see that. So there's an opening there at power forward. And I think he's obviously Lonzo's also been out.
Yeah.
And so Billy also loves to go with the guards, right? So I'm not saying it's a guarantee, but I do think that this team is committed to looking at and seeing what they have in Matas Buzelis.
Yeah, somebody in the comments I saw a little earlier was talking about, like, well, what about when Lonzo comes back? Or, THT's been out. Dalen just came back after an absence in their game on Saturday night. To me, I don't care.
Yeah, that part.
Lonzo's going to play because he's a smart player. He's a good player, and he will make the young players he's with on the floor better.
Absolutely.
So Lonzo's minutes, I don't think, need to impede on Matas's minutes. I'm saying Billy Donovan, for the love of everything holy.
Everything.
You make sure that Matas is getting, I know, you were saying in one of our different conversations earlier today, maybe with all of the new juggling, the arrival of Herter, Collins, Trey Jones, trying to find out, what you have in guys like Dalen and Julian, you don't necessarily have to play your starters 30 plus 33, 34 minutes a night. Starters minutes can come down to try and make room for everybody.
Correct.
That's fine. I see the logic in that, and I largely agree with it, with one very important exception. Every time Matas Buzelis plays less than 30 minutes from here on out this season, I will add a little mark on my list of things that I will bitch about to Billy Donovan the next time I see him, because that is unacceptable.
That's a long list, man.
Yeah.
Oh man, get ready.
Yeah.
Don't put anything else on that list.
What is the point?
Yeah.
What is the point of not playing this kid?
There's no point, man.
Throw him in the fire, deep end, whatever analogy you want to use.
Yeah.
Play him.
Yeah.
Because look what he's showing you when you what's it called? Oh, play him.
Yes. Double-digit points in every game that he started going over 15 minutes since Billy has started giving it to him.
He's been playing, guys. He's playing.
I know. I'm just saying, like, that better continue to be the case.
Yes.
Billy's rotation juggling.
Yeah.
Damn.
No more yanking him out because of none of that. No.
4 guard starting lineups here on out.
He's got to play.
Was it disgruntled? Why am I still here, Vooch? And 4 guards, and Matas is not in that starting lineup? Torches and pitchforks.
If I hear this phrase, I like what Patrick was giving us more. I'm going to lose it. I'm going to lose it, dog, if I hear that phrase, all right? I don't want to hear it. Play him. He's earned it. You know, Billy talked a lot about earning minutes, and Will Purdue, too, talked a lot about earning minutes. And what hasn't he done to earn it, man? Like, he's earned it. It feels like he's really learning the game, not just going out there trying to do it for himself. He is a very team-oriented kind of guy, too, man. He's a very team dude. So he's about the squad. But put him out there to help the squad and play him all the minutes that he needs. I want to see him against the best competition out there, man. I want to see him against these forwards that are great out there. So, yeah, long as Billy has been doing that, he's been showing improving. I don't think it's anything that's going to rock that boat right now.
And Barzova Beats in the comments bringing up something else that I have been thinking about recently. Matas also needs to close games, too.
Great point.
Like that night when he had 10 for 10.
Yeah. Sat him down. Yeah.
And it was a close game.
Yeah.
And there he was on the bench
on
for the final 5 minutes.
That's right.
And Patrick Williams was out there on the floor.
He was out there.
Look, Pat had himself a pretty nice night that night.
Had a solid game, man.
So I get it. But that's just something I still also would like to see.
Yeah.
Is Matas on that final 5 in a close game.
Yeah, and that's the contributing to winning part, right? Like you can't, like, you can have a good game, but like you're not contributing to winning if you're not closing out wins. So again, I'm not really concerned about the winning part. Like, I just want to see him playing well. They need to lose games.
Yes.
But I agree. Like this is the time where you start to test that part of his game out. You've had the opportunity early on in the season. Billy's talked about like getting his routines right, lifting, eating, sleeping, watching film, all this stuff that he needs to do in order to learn how to be a pro. He's done that and he's excelled. And Billy said, like, and to his credit, he's earned this. And I really do think the Bulls are trending that way. I do think he's going to continue to play minutes. And I think he's going to continue to be a big part of this, like what they're building moving forward. And again, they need to get as much information about him as they can during this time. And playing him is the only way to do it.
It's the only way. Play him.
You need 9 to 10 very good players.
Yes.
So let's see if this is one of them.
Hey, quick, I just want to say shout out to Mike, who is Patrick's brother. He said he just started watching this show, and it's now his new favorite show.
Oh, for real?
Here at all of CHGO. He loves the show. He enjoys it. Shout out to Mike. Appreciate you, bro. Appreciate you.
That's going to do it for those of you watching on our fast streaming services and channels. We appreciate you for tuning in there. If you want some bonus coverage, go over to allchgo.com. Katie, I think we had a super chat that I saw we need to shout out before we get out of here. Our guy, Agent Michael Scarn, who turned into Agent Michael Scarn while you were gone, Goat, from
the Prison
Mike, from Date Mike, because he felt the need to take it upon himself to maybe send a message to AK. And the best way to do that is by being a secret agent.
Threat level midnight, baby.
Yes. Sorry, can you put that super chat back up on the screen, Katie? Saying, trade your best players, but don't trade for actual building block assets. Forever stuck in mediocrity. I hate Toby, but I hate Bulls front office.
Well done.
I mean, yeah.
I mean, he commits to the bit like nobody else, bro. Like,
truly.
Well done.
Also,
shout out.
I feel like AK does have a little bit of Toby in him.
Think so?
Like, yeah, personality-wise.
Yeah.
Like,
Okay.
Spoken voice wise.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, we can file it right here. God, Toby, no, that is not what you do.
Oh man. Oh,
that's on the brink of losing it laugh right there. That's what that was. That was, do I want to lose it? Okay, I gotta bring it down. No, I gotta bring it down.
Good news.
Okay.
Bulls got themselves a back-to-back coming up tomorrow and Wednesday.
Both
home, both against the Pistons.
That's the bad news.
What? That's bad news?
Against the Pistons? Yeah, you're going to get whooped on. Again, not from this perspective.
Over under 1.5 fights in those 2 games combined.
Depends on what you classify as a fight.
Oh, great question.
Because Dave and I grew up on
this is true
90s NBA basketball.
No. Shout out Hubie Brown.
No,
fights are fights.
No Malice at the Palace kind of thing. I'm saying like
well, there's a middle ground.
Yeah, right.
Between somebody like being like pretend tough guy Dylan Brooks stuff and literally an all-out brawl into the stand.
Rudy Tomjanovich, you know something.
Like the kind of dust up where somebody gets a technical.
So over under 1.5 dust ups, we're gonna say.
Yeah, okay, word police.
Okay.
That's fine.
I'll say
Scrums.
I'll say over.
Over.
Is Beef Stew is Beef Stew gonna be there?
Looks like it.
Over.
That is one guy I feel like Matas would maybe not back down from, but be smart to back down.
Well, I don't know if smart's the word you want to use, but you know whoever wasn't blank enough to back down from Beef Stew earlier this season, Dalen Terry.
That's true.
Who was literally trying to start a fight with Beef Stew.
He sure was.
I do appreciate that about Dalen.
Yeah.
Sure, yeah.
He's
none of y'all, bro.
He's got the crazy.
He's got the crazy in him, man. Also, Jalen Duran, man. Like, I think he might get into it as well. Because, boy, when he goes up against Vooch.
Also, like, I know Vooch is probably not the most thrilled human being in the world right now.
Back to back.
I wonder if Vooch is going to come out and like maybe try and because dude, Duran was working him in that last game.
Yeah,
I think he's looking for a fight. Vooch needs to punch something.
Yeah,
like,
man, I agree.
He needs to get held back from his own life right now.
I mean, he's gonna check the lyrics. I spit into the dark wind or whatever, and it spits back in my anger and
Shakespeare.
Disappointed but not surprised or whatever those lyrics were.
Forsooth.
Oh goodness gracious me! All right, we will get out of here for now. Thank you everybody for joining us. Thank you for welcoming Goat back. We are glad to have him back. Read his stuff, allchgo.com. Become a diehard to read all of it, the very best of it. Plus all of the other perks on top of that, as far as diehards go. Big Dave is at BAWL Sports. Will _Gottlieb. Bulls _Peck. CHGO Bulls. Shout out to the one and only Queen of the Controls, Katie Duffy. And just a reminder, we are back tomorrow, pregame, 6:30 Central Time, live for leading up to tip-off of Bulls Pistons. Straight up bitches. See you, Rebby. Good.
Hey, Will Purdue. Peace.
Hey, Will.
We all silly like the mayor.